Rain was an ugly, poor but talented child who was forced to watch his family burned by the devil at a very young age. Besides, he spent the rest of his terrible life being mistreated as a slave by the hero's party. But even with all the bullying he endured, the hero kicked him out of their pitiful party, saying that he was as worthless as his stupid mother after she buys fish thrown in the trash. Rain told Alios to stop talking about his mama in such a way. After hearing those comments, he punched Alios' disgusting face. However, Rain left their party because throughout all those years he had been deliberately pretending to be useless, and had secretly concealed his cheat powers for taming all the ultimate species, along with his forbidden ability to enslave the gods and destroy the entire world, like a god of destruction. After finally mining enough bitcoins to afford dinner for the first time in a month, he could hear a girl's voice screaming in the distance. When he ran to the location, he saw an adorable cat girl that was about to get devoured by a giant tiger. As the beast was about to slash her down with baby oil, Rain attempted to stab the monster's neck, but his blade broke in half. Before he managed to injure the tiger, he crashes against a tree. As the ugly tiger began approaching, Rain shouted out for the girl to flee and prepared for his death sentence, hoping he would at least buy the cat girl some time to escape. However, the girl swore that she would use all of her strength to save Rain and jumped into the sky before pushing herself to kick down at the tiger, defeating it in that instant. When he saw her enormous physical power, he remembered that among the 4 ultimate species known to mankind, there was one that was so rare it was only heard about in the legends. So she told him that she was a shiny cat spirit, one of the rarest species. Then we see Rain ran to prevent her from falling. Inside of his arms, her final words were that she wants to eat some shoe creams. A few moments later, the girl wasn't eating some shoe creams, but Rain offered her his lunch. So she thanked him because she hadn't eaten anything for days. However, she decided to introduce herself to him, saying that her name was Canada and one of the last cat spirits alive. After Rain introduced himself back, she sat next to him, saying she was glad and Riz God like him saved her. In addition, she asked him to tell her more about himself as they walked back to the Adventurers Guild. Rain told her about his pathetic life story, how he lost all his money on a meme coin. Beside realizing she's the first person who's ever listened to him in his life. Once he was done with his story, Canada felt sad that such a kind-hearted person like him was treated like scum. But he petted her on the head, telling Canada that he was fine. After stroking her, she told him that she was sure he was powerful, even though he thinks he was just an useless, ugly beast tamer. Then she said that she was confident Rain could tame her, because while he was saving her life, she realized he might be the only human in the planet who could tame a legendary Pokemon, so she offered to be tamed by him. Rain thought that he would be able to prevent others from dying with the support of an ultimate species. However, he realized that it didn't even matter if she was an ultimate species or a shiny Pokemon, because he wanted to get to know her more. So Rain took off his glove and bit his finger like in a Naruto anime, releasing the blood into his hand as he extended it outward. He began chanting the taming spell, and his magical seals began encircling Canada until a seal formed on her arm, sealing their pact. Once she was done, she saw the gang tattoo binding them together, and Rain couldn't believe that this wasn't a dream. As she extended her hand and held his, she began running along with him as his new Pokemon partner from Professor Oak. At the Adventurous Guild, Rain was glad to see Natalie, and she congratulated Rain on completing his first quest and becoming an F-rank adventurer. Next, she learned about Canada and wondered how an ugly, smelly loser like him was able to talk to a shoddy. But even though he had been paid 50 Dodge coins, he realized that it wouldn't be enough to get a 5-star hotel room. Natalie reminded him that no girl would want to get a room with someone that smelled like fish anyway. Then we see a worthless weirdo from the Diddy gang came up to them, saying that he'd never found a cat spirit in real life before, and told her to leave the ugly dude she was tagging along. Those words made Canada angry. She screams at the weirdo, saying that Rain was her beloved Pokemon trainer. But the man laughed in his face, thinking that there was no chance a weak person like him could tame the rarest ultimate species to win the Pokemon League. But Canada told him that Rain was stronger than he could ever be, so the man challenged Rain to an arm wrestling match, saying that Shoddy would be their prize. Realizing that refusing this match would cause more troubles for Canada, Rain decided to accept his deal and grabbed his hand, determined to save Canada from being in any danger and planned to use his biceps magic to win. As soon as the ugly old man announced the beginning of the match, Rain activated his muscle magic and smashed the average Joe's worthless hand into the table, so Canada announced Rain to be the winner. As the loser gravelled on the ground, he realized he wouldn't be able to have any more fruity biscuit games. After moving the spineless, useless dweeb away, Rain questioned how he had gotten so strong, so Canada explained that it was a result of their taming pact. So he learned while taming ultimate species, their power is also transferred onto him, so he had gained the incredible physical strength of cat spirits after taming Canada. In addition, she believed he was the best top G because of his intimidating appearance and ability to protect her. Following, she wanted to go on their next adventure already. While they were gathering some Mary J because Rain likes to hit the za, Canada heard the sounds of people screaming in the distance, and when they got to the location of the screaming coming, they found a bunch of broke-looking bandits attempting to rob a poor, ugly old man his bitcoins. Seeing that they were part of the Shadow BBL clan, Canada told Rain to fall back and get help first, but Rain knew they wouldn't have enough time before the old man was covered with baby oil. So he told her that they haven't enough time, and he planned to distract them while Canada saves the old man. After jumping and running like some Marvel heroes, they began knocking all of them out. At the right moment, Canada went to save the old man. However, 3 bandits were about to kill Rain, but he managed to beat them up. Canada realized that Rain might have been the only human in the planet able to tame a shiny cat spirit, so she would never regret becoming his familiar. Even though she worried about her powers one day causing Rain to self-destruct, because of that, she wanted to be the one fighting on the front lines. But as she watched him dodge the axe and knock all the bandits down, she began to feel aroused, and all of the bandits decided to rush towards Rain at the same time. Canada was wondering the reason behind why she was unable to look away. While he's fighting, she wondered why her heart was pounding and making loud noises. She also noticed that Rain no longer looked like a bald man to her, after beating up all of the fruity bandits, who tried to force him picking up the soap. He wondered why her cheeks looked like they were fresh harvested tomatoes. So she told Rain that she was just worried about him, because he might get hurt fighting without a weapon. The old man thanked them for saving him from the bandits, who tried to steal his cryptocurrencies. But Rain was sure that the bandits wanted to find out the secret formula for the Krabby Patties, and didn't intend to steal his money. After Rain thought about how his life was at risk, he decided to head straight into enemy territory, and while they were walking, he told Canada that the Shadow Clan would begin targeting them soon anyway. However, Canada thought it would be dangerous fighting hundreds of bandits at their territory. But Rain told her not to worry because he had a mastermind plan to win the fights. After a while of walking around the forest, they made it to the Kardashian clan's hideout. Suddenly, Canada began crying because she realized that she was useless. She was jealous of the chipmunk after it was the first to discover the bandit's secret hideout. While Canada got an emotional damage, she told Rain that it wasn't too late to create a new strategy. Following, Rain revealed that his ultimate trump card was a bee, and that he's tamed an army of them, revealing that he wasn't only a beast tamer but also a powerful insect tamer. This was the first time Canada ever heard of a person in mastering 2 classes. However, Rain told her to get reinforcements while he destroys all of the crybabies. Canada wondered if she was really helping him as his familiar. However, she knew how important she is to Rain and set off to the capital. At the same time, the swarm of bees arrived and Rain amplified all of their poison with his secret sauce magic before preparing to send them away. In the meantime, the heroes' party had barely managed to escape for their lives. Rin was angry because she needs to eat a Snickers and told Mina that it was all their newbie his fault. In addition, she began screaming at their new beast tamer for scouting the area like a dumb toddler. After pulling away, Mina wondered if he really thought a single squirrel would be enough to study the area. So Rin told him that he should have tamed more than 20 squirrels to make sure they weren't ambushed. After hearing those words, the newbie wondered if Rin had fallen on his head as a baby, because the overload of information from taming just 2 beasts would fry a person's brain. Rin would never admit that Rain was actually stronger than they all imagined, but instead she called the new beast tamer in their group a useless piece of trash. Also, she called him a liar, promising to burn him alive if he didn't take blame for their party after they abandoned the old man. At the end, the new beast tamer ran away before they would kill him. Meanwhile, Rain had managed to poison the entire Shadow Bandit clan and release the bees from his control. At that moment, the adventurers came with Canada, and they began arresting the bandits, but their leader was shocked that a skinny guy like Rain defeated the entire Shadow clan on his own. After they went away, Rain began petting Canada, and she opened her mouth wide, expecting Rain would feed her with some shoe creams. But an earthquake began going off in the cave, and from the other side a beast managed to break out from its cage. 3 king lizards came out, so the bandits revealed that they were waiting for this kind of chance to escape. But the beasts killed the bandits, because they were ugly. Also, they began attacking all the adventurers as Rain attempted to protect Canada. He punched one of the king lizards, and Canada leaped from the back to kick the lizard away. However, Rain told the adventurers to take the bandits out of the cave, saying that he would handle the monsters. As he remembered how useless the old version of him used to be, he realized that things were different now after receiving Canada's cat spirit power. And now that Canada was always by his side, he felt stronger than the Powerpuff Girls and ran to defeat the lizards. Besides, he was glad that he'd finally found a companion because, with her, he was able to defeat all of the monsters with ease. A few moments later, Rain came out of the cave and everyone congratulated him on defeating the beasts. As he looked at Canada, he realized it didn't matter whether she was an ultimate species or not, saying that with her by his side, he felt like he can do anything, and Canada felt the same way.